everyone. Welcome back to Free Info Friday, your weekly dose of information brought to you by myself, attorney Karen Kekelik, practicing in Northwest Indiana. So, this week's topic is going to be on schools during the COVID pandemic. So obviously schools are now back in session. I know we got this Labor Day weekend, so we're probably off on Monday, but other than that, schools are pretty much back in session. And whether that's in person, virtual, or a hybrid of that, there's still a lot of issues that are being, because this is unprecedented time, there's a lot of new issues coming up, and the school districts, frankly, aren't sure how to handle this. It's something new that they've never seen before. So let me talk about some of those issues that, as a lawyer, I've been seeing and hearing about. So for virtual learners, a lot of students are not getting the resources that they usually need. Some of these students have special needs. They need a teacher assistant. They take speech therapy. They take occupation therapy, things like that. And that simply can't be done over Zoom. It can't be done online. Those students are losing the resources that they need to succeed. And in person comes with its own set of challenges as well, in person learning. So, for example, what about closures? If a school opens for in person learning and then later has to close down due to COVID-19 cases, then that puts the parents, the teachers, the students, everybody scrambling to figure out what they're going to do during this closure, how to make it work, how to make it fit. So, that's an issue in itself. Teachers getting sick. If a teacher has contracted COVID-19, then they need to be off and they need to be quarantined. And who's going to fill in for the teacher? The school district needs to find someone quickly to replace that teacher so that the flow for students can continue on and the students can continue to learn uninterrupted. Another problem that I've heard about is non-compliance with social distancing guidelines. So whether it be the teachers, the students, some other employee, they don't want to wear their mask, they're not wearing it properly, or they're just not abiding by the 6 feet rule or the social distancing guidelines that we have. And that makes it hazardous for the other students and other teachers and employees. So both in-person and virtual learning have their own set of challenges that we've really never seen before, we've never had to experience before, and school districts are scrambling to try to figure it out. And personally, I do believe that school districts have the best interests of the students at heart, and their main goal is to keep the students safe and to educate the students. But either way, the threat of COVID litigation hangs in the air for these school districts. Like I've talked about in some of my previous videos, it's pretty unlikely to get a workers' compensation case due to COVID-19 simply because you're going to have to prove where you contracted COVID-19, and we just haven't got that down to science yet. However, the most likeliest lawsuit that these school districts may see is a special accommodation lawsuit. So, for example, like I mentioned, the students who are losing these resources that they need. Or maybe it's a teacher or another school district employee who's a high risk person. They have heart disease, they have an advanced age, and the school needs to accommodate for that risk. So that's kind of the most likely lawsuit that's hanging over the district's head. Also, most lawyers are concerned about how the government action will impact their clients, whether that be positively or negatively. And some of the things that I'm thinking about here are funding cut due to lower student counts. That's not going to help at all, but that's a very big possibility coming up. Or there's a rule that schools have to have 180 days of instruction. But with this crazy pandemic going on, it makes it really hard, especially if schools are having to close down, quickly change their schedule to accommodate to these COVID risks that we're seeing. So obviously this is a really packed subject, a lot of issues here. I think the biggest thing to take away is if you're a parent or if you're a student or if you are someone who works for a school district, you need to do what's best for you in this situation. Some people, it's going to be virtual or stepping away from this position to avoid the risks, or you may have to go in person and just be really careful. Whatever is going to be the best choice for you, that's what you need to do. It's really a case by case basis at this point. Everybody's being impacted in their own way, and everybody's needs is looking differently. So whatever you need is probably what you should do. So that's all I had for you guys today. Sorry, I know I was jam-packed with things, but as always, please comment if you have any ideas for future Free Info Fridays, or have anything to say about today's topic. If you have any legal needs, feel free to reach out. You can call, you can text, you can email, you can Facebook message, contact me however is convenient for you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, you guys have a great weekend. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or listen to me on 103.1 WVLP. All right, happy Labor Day, guys. Bye.